Hello.
Hello,
What's
gamers.
up, guys?
Uh-oh.
Immediately dropped my controller. Welcome
This is
to the second episode of Carolina Clamor. Hopefully, you guys can hear me okay. Um, I'm the only one with a webcam tonight, but we got some still images for Harry and our guest. And our special guest tonight is the Arcadian Champion Murdock.
Oh, yeah, here I am. And actually, that is my webcam. I'm just sitting very still.
I'm not moving or blinking or breathing.
Exactly. Just like I play Melee. But no, I appreciate you having me on.
Yeah,
And
thanks for
good to be
joining
here.
us. I was really scared that you were either going to just not respond to me or just like say no, which I don't know why I was scared of that because, you know, but
I could see it. I mean, I'm never like on the radar of anything, so I understand. Like barely
mm-hmm.
on social media or anything. But no, I'm definitely down for this.
Hell yeah. Um, Harry, is there anything you want to say before we get started here?
No, other than thank you, of course, for coming to talk to us, Mark. I was talking in the waiting room graphic that I haven't seen Mark or talked to Mark in 3.5, 4 years.
Hmm.
So it's been quite a long time. There's a story when he came to Troutman one day. I might have to tell it, but
No, for sure, for sure.
it's
That
not a
that was
bad
the
story.
no, that was
That's
absolutely wild. Like just the chances of that happening were absurd.
No, as soon as I saw you and Rayburn walk in, I was like, oh my goodness, I am living in a simulation. But anyways, yes, I appreciate you coming. It was hype to see you win the Arcadian. You're the
Oh
only
yeah.
two-time Arcadian champ ever, so I hope
Oh
that
yeah,
feels good.
I am the best of the worst by I'm a very consistently average player, I would say.
I'm
I
a
am so consistent.
consistently 55th percentile melee player, right?
Exactly. And I'm gonna take that, I think.
Yeah. So, Mark, if you mind, can you, as much as you're comfortable, can you tell us who are you? Like, how did you get here? Like, who are we talking to when we're talking
Yeah.
Oh, the big Arcadian champ. I know. I'm quite
to
quite a quite a legacy here I've got going. But no, I'm Murdock or Mark Murdock. Literally just went last name for my tag. I've
True.
Yeah.
been playing
Classic.
for yeah, right, real original. But I've been playing for about 8 years now. Actually, 8 crazy melee years. I started in college competitively, and met some friends through there at High Point University
Yeah.
and just kind of played there pretty regularly. Like we went to some tournaments and stuff, but that's basically how my competitive start kind of began was college melee, which is the best melee in my opinion. I mean,
Oh yeah.
College melee
better
I
is
than
can get.
actually
I can
doing
agree with
homework or
that.
whatever.
college
But
melee is tight.
yeah, it really is. No, definitely miss it, but still enjoying melee. But let's see. Well, about me, I don't know. I'm pretty boring. I guess recently got a new job at Fidelity, so that's huge. I
Hell
guess
yeah.
and doing like the was it working within an investing firm and whatnot, kind of just dealing with
Big
clients and
finance
everything.
major, huh?
Oh yeah, no, I actually majored in exercise science at High Point, which I'm doing literally nothing with, and didn't plan. I don't know why I majored in that, but that is
Yeah,
what I ended up majoring in.
yeah. That's college though. You just major some shit. You're like, well, I
It's
guess
like
yeah, I guess
what let
I love everything, bro. So
yeah,
I'm
what
a
lets me graduate on time? Oh, that's
yes,
true.
True. So
exactly.
true.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, for sure. But nah, yeah, majored in exercise science. Was going to kind of go the physical therapy route. Kind of got over it. I don't know why I thought I was going to want to do that. I was just like maybe, and then I
Mm-hmm.
quickly got over that idea. But yeah, now I'm in the finance field. Big investor man.
You got the suit on.
Just oh yeah. No, I work from home, so I wear basketball shorts and
True.
Dude, that's even better, dude.
sweated
Yeah, I'm
t-shirt.
saying.
Dude, we got spoiled because of COVID because we were so used to sitting and taking meetings and you'd be in your house with your dogs and then you're like, well, I think we should do this with the local business this quarter, and you're sitting there without pants on, like you're just like, what
Oh
is
yeah, you
like?
got your suit shirt on. You're in your boxers. That's how to do it. No, that's the classic. But no, it's been going good. Just kind of working, hanging out. I don't know what else. Pretty boring.
Nah, no, you're straight, bro. I mean, if that's your story, that's your story.
Yeah.
No,
No,
I
I'm
mean, yeah,
about it though.
that's.
I'm fine being boring. It's just wish I could
There's
be.
definitely nothing wrong with being boring, but I think that's a pretty, it's like a normal I feel like your story is pretty normal. You know, nothing too crazy going on, which is
Normal God-fearing American right
Yeah.
Pretty much.
um,
Gotta
so
be.
let's what region are you currently in?
I'm in North Carolina. I've basically been here the entire time. Like I guess different parts of NC sometimes. Mostly Durham, but I
Okay,
guess in the college days it was Greensboro, High Point,
I got
Triad
you.
kind of area. Which it's a cool location to be. There's a lot of stuff happening over there.
Yeah,
Like when I was competing over there, it was like Geeksboro. There's some other big tournaments going on. I guess
You
like
came to a fellas one time. Like,
yeah, I
no
came to
way.
Fellas too, and that was super fun. I wish I could have gone to more of those, but that was after I graduated, so I was just like visiting Rayburn at the time because
Uh-huh.
he was going to High Point too. But no, that was super cool. I wish I could have gone to more Fella Fridays.
Yeah.
dude, the
Right.
fellas are
Well,
so sick.
No,
dude,
for sure.
it's I don't know if it's I haven't told like everybody this, but fellas kind of can't happen anymore because of some like new stuff. At
Some
least at
bullshit, man.
Greensboro, some bullshit. Yeah, okay, yeah. This
Just
is
say
our
it how it is,
podcast.
man. It's
We
just
can
bullshit.
talk shit. Yeah, some bullshit. Some people that weren't us though. I wasn't involved with. We're talking about money and shit, and then the school caught wind of it, and we got fucking slammed. So now
Oh,
we just
that's
can't have tournaments there again. But we do have tournaments at Picante card games, and
nice.
that's fucking tight. That's a great venue. But
Yeah, the
Fellas
Picante's
was
sick.
my baby. Fellas was my baby, so I am a little bummed about that. But
No, absolutely. That tournament has been going on for years. That's super unfortunate that they decided to just like turn on you all of a sudden.
oh yeah, and part of it is I knew and I mentioned this like last week too when I was talking to Swash. Like sometimes like just with melee venues, like things just don't last forever. I don't know why, but it just does. Venues just don't last forever. So it's like I was cool with running it as best as I can for as long as I can, right? So it's like
Yeah.
a lot of that stuff I was cool with.
Yeah, no, for sure, for sure.
Now,
But
do you play games other than Melee, Matt, or were you just basically a Melee gamer?
did you call me Matt like Matt Murdock, like Daredevil?
Yeah.
Ah, okay. Just making sure.
Yeah.
No, what's it called? Yeah, I do play some other games. I'm not like a huge gamer. Melee is like the one I enjoy playing the most, just because my attention span is like insanely short. So the fast paced like quick
Yeah, the
match
faster the better,
Melee.
right?
Yeah, and like I can just like I play a couple matches. I'm like, all right, I'm good, I'm out, and then I'm done playing. But there are some games I enjoy playing. Like I really like the Dark Souls series. Like
Okay.
I've only beaten them like once each, but I really enjoy going back and starting over every time because basically I'll get to a certain point in the game, I'll like be doing pretty good, and then I'll just stop playing for like a month or something, and I come back, it's like, well, I got to start over. I can't just like pick up where I left
Yeah,
off.
yeah.
But no, I really enjoy that series. It has really good mechanics, really good lore and atmosphere. I'm a big fan of that.
Have you ever done
Uh,
any like Dark Souls speedrunning?
no, I haven't done much speedrunning outside of like I tried to speedrun Sonic Adventure 2 for a little bit, like for a very short amount
Dude,
of time.
that's tight.
I was just like starting to look into it because I really liked like the Sonic levels in the game. I thought they were fun,
Mm-hmm.
and I like had been doing a one race practicing for speedrunning on Final Rush, and this was a long time ago. This is
Yeah,
before they like discovered a bunch of skips. So I
it
you
was like
basically
2000. That's tight, bro. You're doing like pre-final rush skip, like
yeah,
2013. Yeah.
exactly. Yeah, it was like because I had like the speed run down. I watched like task videos because it was before they had like the skip
Yeah.
down, and
Yep.
I was like, oh, I want to try to do some of those things, and I kind of got good at some of them, and I got a pretty good time, like just doing like the full maps run without any skips, and I thought that was a really fun level to speed run. But unfortunately now it's just about you skipping 3/4 of the map and just being done with it.
Yeah, that is the final rush skip. Is you just hold, don't hope you don't collide into a
Yeah,
death hitbox.
literally, yeah.
Yeah, and then that's the level. Yeah. Yeah.
No, for sure, for sure. No, big Sonic Adventure 2 fan. I guess Sonic in general is really good. Like I've always liked Sonic. Why not? It's
Yeah.
always fun games.
Yeah, I mean
Uh,
Sonic's definitely like very nostalgic as
oh,
like a
absolutely.
franchise. I
Mhm.
wasn't a big Sonic player, but
I feel you. I wasn't either until Adventure 2, so that's like the one I started with. And
mhm.
I remember as a kid, I thought the story was so badass. It's
The
just like
story,
looking
dude.
back.
Don't even talk.
It's
I
so
play.
funny. It's
Yeah,
so funny looking back on that now. It's like,
dude.
oh, it's the funniest story I've ever seen.
Dude, I played so much Sonic Adventure 2,
Oh, same,
and
same.
I would just be on Well, I would be on Chow Garden most of the time.
Oh yeah. Me too. I love
But
Cloud Garden.
but honestly, like I love the Sonic and Shadow levels. And I like the mech levels too. The like Knuckles and Rouge levels were hit or miss sometimes, but
It's just
overall,
they're
like
completely RNG, and
Yeah.
not, I guess not completely, but you
like
know,
pretty RNG based.
yeah, it's it's funny because in college, me and my friends had this stupid drinking game we did where we do like the 2-player mode in Sonic Adventure 2, and we would do like the Find the Emeralds. What is it on?
Oh
I think
my
it was
God.
Pumpkin. Was it Pumpkin Hill?
Would you drink for every hint?
No. Like we would play one match. Whoever lost would just take a shot, and we would play like 4 or 5 rounds, and it was just degenerate activities for sure.
For members of the audience who haven't played Sonic Adventure 2 Battle and haven't done like the treasure hunting mini games, like people are getting shit faced pretty quickly.
Yeah, it doesn't take that long. It's like probably 5 minutes. It's not even like 3 emeralds like the actual levels. You only have to find 2, so it goes like 3-minute matches. I don't know. It was dumb.
You get fucking obliterated.
Yeah, that was my college experience.
Dude, that's tight.
Yeah.
I really didn't know that there was a Sonic Adventure 2 drinking game. That's crazy.
Yeah.
Well, no, we kind of made it up.
Yeah.
It wasn't good rules. That was terrible rules. It should have been. It should have been a little different than that, but it is what it is. It was still fun.
When me and the Bardwell associates, shout out to Justin and Kevin, dude. When we were at Bardwell, we would play Mario Party 2. And we would drink every time we would get like a happen, like you know how you get random stars in Mario Party.
Like
we drink every time we get random stars. We drink every time we'd win a mini game, and we drink every time we got a star. So like you imagine.
No, for sure.
Yeah.
No, we definitely played similar games. The Mario Party drinking games are so good. That's like the only way I could play Mario Party. But I do love it.
Honestly, me too.
I do love it when it hits, but sometimes I just get mad. But I guess that is what it is.
I will dig too deep into this, but I have actually recorded in history the worst Mario Party 2 player of all time.
No.
Like I'm not kidding. Like I've probably played 200 games of Mario Party 2 in my life, and I maybe have won 2. Like I have a 98% loss rate.
Well, that's the 2 in Mario Party 2. That's the amount of times you win.
Thank you, Mark.
I
appreciate your confidence in this.
Well, maybe 2 just isn't for you. Maybe there's like 4.
Dude,
maybe 5
listen.
or 6.
But here's the fucked up thing. I'm sorry. I'm totally getting off track. But
you're good.
I was playing 4, and I like slaughtered everybody. I played 4, and I won like 12 stars to 1, and then we never played 4 again, dude.
We can't have Harrison winning.
No, you can't have me winning.
I didn't want to see you on 4.
I didn't want to see me at 4, dude. I swear to God. Dude. I just in Mario Kart 2, I get obliterated in Mario Kart. That's tough. That's tough for a whole other set of reasons. But yeah,
absolutely.
Dude, I was a terrible, terrible casual gaming player. I had to be a sweaty nerd at something, or I'm not going to be good at it.
That's kind of how it is with video games.
So, do you have any hobbies outside of Melee, Murdock? Do you have any?
I have some hobbies. No, I actually just sit in a room and play.
Sit in a room and grow into the wall.
Exactly. But no, I play piano a bit. Like I kind of just play stuff by ear, and that's always fun. Yeah, and it's kind of like it's definitely a hobby. Like I'm not like amazing or anything, but I kind of just like to learn songs by ear and stuff. I'm not even good at reading music, but I just kind of enjoy the act of just playing the piano. Kind of like
Did you
aspect of that?
Did you have lessons when you were younger, or you just always like sight read it?
Yeah, I had like 2 or 3 years of lessons when I was a kid, but I was like really bad at practicing and actually paying attention, so I didn't like get a lot out of it. I could have gotten a lot more out of it, but I just dumb lazy kid. But it still helped for sure, and like kind of got me a start in playing piano, which definitely helped kind of keep going with it.
Yeah.
But I have played a couple really like kind of small time concerts, but it was still a good time.
That's awesome. Do you have like a big like grand piano, or do you just have like a keyboard?
I actually have like a kind of on the nicer end. It's like an electric keyboard.
Yeah.
Like it has like the weighted keys and stuff too.
Oh, that's
it's really nice. Cool. Yeah, big fan, and I don't have to tune it, which I never want to tune it.
That's awesome.
Oh yeah,
or pay someone like $1 billion to do it. Or
we had a Kawai grand piano in our house many years ago, and they had to tune that shit, and it was that shit was so expensive.
Oh, I
No, but
believe it.
was
It's
tight.
absurd.
I wish I had still kept playing piano because I used to when I was younger too. But no, that's tight.
It's
Did
definitely hard.
It is, dude. Playing
Like as
piano
a
is
kid,
really
especially
hard.
learning
Because
how to
I'm
play
just
that shit.
I'm little ADHD brainless, so like I can't
No,
focus on
same.
anything.
That's what my problem was. I had ADHD, and it did not go so
Yeah.
good for my focusing on practicing.
You're focusing on anything, let alone the piano, right? Yeah.
Yep.
Did you have any music in particular you like to play, or was just whenever
Oh
you
god,
heard
I
it, you would
hate
play
to
it?
admit this, but yeah, it's usually like video game music or shows from like shows or anime or whatever I'm watching.
Oh,
and
that's
I'm like,
tight.
Hell yeah.
I really like how that sounds. I'm gonna like try to kind of feel it out on the piano, and I really enjoy that part of it, like the kind of figuring out, what key it's in, kind of
Yeah.
like what the left like where the left hand is, what the right hand like, kind of, I guess the harmony of the left and right hands, like
Yeah.
how it
Yeah,
kind of goes together.
what's your bass line? What's your
But no,
main
it's
harmony? Yeah.
no, I'm a big fan of doing that kind of thing, which I know playing video game music is whatever, but some of it hits,
Nah,
Well,
I
that's
mean, if
tight.
that's what you
No,
enjoy,
that's
that's awesome.
dude.
Nah, for
There's
sure, for
like
sure.
if you play some like old, you play like Mega Man music or like Castlevania music.
Literally,
on the piano.
Castlevania was the one that got me into it. It was learning Bloody Tears on the piano, which I like. That song was so sick.
Yeah, that song.
I think I like watched some other guy play it, and it wasn't even in the same key as like the actual game, but the way they played it was so crazy, and I was like, I want to play it like that, and I like watched him do it like a million times until I got it down.
Bloody Tears is like it's like a top 2 Castlevania song.
Oh,
they,
for sure.
They have not tried to change it because it wins. It's just a winning.
Oh yeah,
formula.
absolutely. It's funny that it came from like one of the worst games in the series.
Yeah,
Maybe probably the
2
worst
sucks. 2 sucks, but
Yeah.
2 will always be all right because it gave everyone Bloody Tears. Right?
Exactly. Yeah.
Like,
Even Castlevania, even if the game sucks, music's probably going to be at least pretty good. Except for maybe those like PS2 games. I don't know.
Yeah, some of the PS2 games are a little weird, but like, I mean, even honestly, Castlevania 1 soundtrack is super fucking sick. Symphony of the Night, of course. And then like Rondo of Blood, all fucking sick 6 games and 6 soundtracks. So yeah,
no,
that's tight.
Sure. But besides that, I guess I like running. I'm not great at it because I have asthma, so that's kind of funny. But it's kind of like a decompressor at the end of the day. Sometimes I'll go for like usually like a 30-minute run, a little longer if I'm not already winded by that, which is like usually like 3 miles or so. But it's a nice like exercise and kind of stress reliever. Besides that, video games outside of Melee sometimes. Mostly I just like hop on Melee for like 30, 45 minutes if I'm feeling up to it. Just kind of around, either play with people in the NC Melee Discord or just, practice a little tech skill and Uncle Punch if I'm not feeling like playing anybody.
Yeah.
And it's funny. What's up?
Go ahead. Go
I was
ahead.
gonna say I've done Uncle Punch enough, but I'm still terrible at ledge dashes. Like so absolutely abysmal at
They're hard, bro.
They're
not easy.
They're not easy. No. I mean,
one day I'll get it, but no, it's definitely hard.
Mark, I was gonna ask you too. How much do you think you practiced before the Arcadia? Because here you talk about it, it's made me wonder. Like this is just out of my morbid curiosity.
No, I get it. I didn't practice that much. I was kind of in a weird headspace with Melee before the tournament. I was just like, the new job was kind of in a stressful spot, so I was kind of just stressed out and not really thinking about it too much. But I was still playing, still friendlies with people in NC Melee Discord, or maybe a little unranked if I felt up to it. But usually I just avoid unranked because I get a little salty boy.
Yeah.
But I played some friendlies. I think like sometimes I take calls and stuff. So every now and then, if I was like on a break during work, I would just turn on Uncle Punch, move around for like 5 minutes or something. And that would be it for like a day. But I didn't practice a whole bunch, and I'm honestly pretty bad at practicing. I don't have the focus or know-how of doing self practice.
Yes. But no, self practice is super difficult.
It's definitely you got to be pretty strict with yourself to do that kind of thing. But I know it is really good for improving. I just don't know how to even start.
It's hard when you get past the beginner level of okay, I just need to learn how to move.
Exactly.
Yeah. When you get to the 3-2, 4-2 area brackets, that's when it does get pretty. In my opinion, because I've tried and I have been doing more of just strict solo practice.
Yeah.
It's 90 minutes a day type shit.
That's great.
But it's like it is really hard because like I think I don't know I don't have diagnosed ADHD, but I think the act of like playing a game like Melee, you can get distracted from practicing things so easily
True.
that you just want to be I just want to goof off and spam tech skill and
Exactly.
think
And
about other things, right?
yeah, you just kind of do the same tech skill you're already good at rather than
Yeah.
focusing on the things you still need to work on. I've definitely
Yeah.
done that before.
Yes, I've done that I did that for honestly, and I'll say this probably a couple times in this podcast. I'm like all right at Melee, but like one of my biggest problems is that I just didn't do the kind of practice that I'm doing right now, which is like the very structured, thinking about it a lot kind of stuff.
No, really good
Um,
on you for getting to that point. That definitely will like get you to the next level. And that's the
yeah,
hardest part is kind of breaking that barrier from
yeah,
like, being like you're good at tech skill, you're kind of familiar with some matchups, but there's so many situations you're just kind of unfamiliar with and like there's so much to take in that you aren't
yeah.
even like really focused on during a match. It's like unless you specifically go out of your way to like think and look at those things, it's just never going to kind of like sink in.
Yeah. And part of it too is just like it's like intricate like small stuff. It's like when I gentleman, am I doing it the right way? If I do like gentleman knee, will that work? Like a lot of shit like that
For
with
sure,
that.
for sure.
Um, I want to ask you too. How did you? Okay, so I'll start with Fox. So how did you decide that you were going to play Fox? Was it something that kind of came to you, or was it
It's the I'm sure this is a reason for many Fox mains, but like it was I watched the Perfect Dark video and I was like,
okay?
wow,
Yeah.
that's really cool. I
Wow!
want to do that. And then I
Wow!
started playing
Wow!
Fox,
Oh
and that
my
was
god! I have not watched. I've watched the Perfect Dark video, but I think there's some people in the Twitch chat that have never seen the Perfect Dark
oh,
video.
it's a classic. I
It's a
think it's still
yeah.
I think it's still pretty cool.
Um.
But no, the Darude Sandstorm it still hits for sure. But no,
Yeah.
that's like kind of what happened. I was like, wow, there's so much stuff Fox can do. I kind of want to start like trying to
Yeah.
figure that out. I feel like if I play Fox, I can, and I get good at him, it'll really kind of speed up my like
Yeah.
improvement at the game.
True.
So
Yeah. Oh
that's
yeah.
kind of what it was. I saw how cool Fox could be. I was like, I kind of want to try to do that and get to that point.
So who were you on before Fox?
So competitively, when I started with Sheik, which was
Sure.
weird because I never play Sheik now. I'm like so dog shit with Sheik. Uh, but I started with Sheik, I guess, because she was like easy, like a good like bread and butter kind of character to pick up. Like all the combos kind of just work out and just do whatever you want. Throw
Yeah.
out moves, things happen, and that was my start. I started getting like wave dashing, or not shield dropping. I actually am sad to say I only just recently started getting better at that.
No
Yeah.
But
way.
Yeah.
what's it called? But L canceling, wave dashing, just kind of moving. Well, I can't even say moving around because I wasn't really good at using wave dashing and at like in a match when I played Sheik, but I was doing it because
Yeah.
that's what you do. You learn how to wave dash and then you do it in dumb situations. But yeah, I played Sheik and then Fox, and then I like randomly picked up Ness at one point because like I was playing PM a lot.
Mm-hmm.
I guess that's like
Yeah, I remember. See, I remember seeing you like back in the day, like in like 2015 and 2014. Now, like
yeah,
right
yeah.
when
That's
I
when I
started,
started. Mhm.
I remember seeing you a lot playing PM a lot then too. Damn! Wow!
Yeah, that was a
Wow!
long time ago.
That
That's
was a long
technically that
ass
is
time
actually how I
ago.
started with Melee.
Yeah,
I
yeah,
guess I
me
should have
too.
mentioned that
Me too.
earlier. Was I started with PM at my college, and then we like kind of branched into Melee very shortly after that. So it was like a
Yeah,
very short period between PM and Melee, and then I just started playing both because that's I don't know,
yeah,
both were super fun, and I
yeah,
liked it.
Do
yeah.
you
That's
still play PM or P plus today?
No,
Not as
I
much.
every very very rarely, like maybe once every 6 months, like a buddy will be like, "Hey, you want to play PM?" and like we'll just mess around, play all the
yeah,
characters, and play for.
Gotcha.
But we'll play for like 3 hours, so I still love it. I just
Yeah.
never really have an opportunity, and I don't really go out of my way to do it. But yeah,
I used to be back in around the same time you started. I
Mm,
was like I would only play PM. Like I played so like I started Melee, like I watched the doc like late 2014 and
yeah.
then played in like a Melee tournament or two into like early 2015 and then pretty much didn't play Melee at all because I just played PM until 2016. So then after that, I've just been all Melee. But yeah, I definitely played a long. I was in like a grand finals once. You can
Oh,
find it
nice.
on YouTube on in PM. I got washed. Oh my god, I got
Hey, but
washed.
you made it to Grands
I
though. That's
didn't make
sick.
it. That was the first time. first time I ever made it to Grands at that point in my life, and then I just didn't make it to Grands again for another like 6 years.
Who'd y'all play in
But, yeah.
PM?
I played
Did you play
Lucas
Ness?
and Ness. Yeah,
Sure.
Lucas and Ness, and
That's
that's like
tight.
literally that's a.
Yeah, that's cool as fuck.
What about
No,
you,
I really
Harry?
like both of those characters.
I played like 8 characters. So like I played Falcon.
That
I
was the
played
PM
Marth.
special.
I played Marth. I played Ganondorf. I played Wario.
Mhm.
Who else did I play? I think that was the gist of it. I would play Lucario for fun, but that was like I played.
Yeah, just roll your face on the controller.
Oh, Lucario was so fun.
Yeah,
He's
he
just
was
so
fun. He
weird,
was so
but
crazy.
yeah.
The auto cancel things, or the I guess the hit cancel, whatever you call it. That was
Yes,
wild.
yes, that's just cool. The aura
But not-
cancels. Yeah.
PM Falcon, that was a sick character.
Oh, he's
I-
busted. Holy shit,
he's
he's
so
busted.
busted, but he's so fun. Like
He's
everything,
so-
it's like I remember playing him in PM, and I was like, I wish he worked like this in Melee. This is so much easier. Everything
Hey,
just
you
kind
have
of links
side,
together.
you have like kind of like auto gentleman, and then you have like side B ledge snap, and
Oh,
those
yeah.
two things.
I wish we
alone
had that
make-
in Melee.
Yeah.
And like the way Nair hits, it like connects way better. Like in Melee, you have to kind of like at least try to think about how you're using Nair, but in PM, Nair just works.
Boy,
It just
you
works.
get to nair everybody, brother.
Yeah,
I
and it
swear to
just-
God.
It just works, and it's amazing, and it feels so good when you're just like nairing someone across the stage. You know, it nairs them, and then it, like sets them up perfectly for an up air, and then you just do whatever you want. It's great.
Yeah, I'm glad we talked a little about PM2 because that game has had a. I mean, it's still kicking around, right? It's Project Plus.
It
now.
is. I think
But-
if rollback comes back, it's gonna make a good comeback there.
That game has refused to die. I mean, that game just kind of sticks around. It just doesn't. It's been like it's like 2 other Smash games have been released at the PM, still been kicking around, and like the Smash scene underground. It's kind of cool. It's nice to see it.
They're
kept
working on
going.
rollback for it, aren't they?
Yeah,
Are they?
Yeah, yeah, they are. It's gonna take a while. I assume just because there's so many characters and
Yeah.
the process isn't as streamlined as it is for Melee, where I think Fizzy used like Lightning Melee as like a base or
Yeah,
something to make
yeah.
it like kind of easier to implement. Not that was
Yeah.
easy by any means,
Yeah,
but like
yeah.
that kind of had something to work with there, which was kind of neat. But yeah.
So I have one of the questions I wanted to ask too. Actually, let me go to the small dogs questions. I want to at least ask one of those things. So this is from Peel, which is one of the small dogs at Boone Bailey, probably watching.
Hopefully.
His question was, what's the biggest change that you've noticed about the Melee community for when you started compared to right now?
There's definitely a huge difference. Like old NC to new NC is like night and day at this point. Like back
Yeah.
in the day, I guess the word would be like rowdier, but in a fun way. Like when someone's
Yes,
playing on
yes.
like the big setup or whatever at a tournament, and, like there's a bunch of people in the background, everyone is just shit talking. It's like insults flying, and like sometimes for better, sometimes worse. Sometimes it's like in good fun.
Yeah.
But like I remember back in the day that was like a huge part of tournaments was like people crowding around setups and everyone was just shit talking one way or the other.
Yep.
A certain player.
Yep.
And honestly, there were really cool, like really fun parts about that. And then other times, maybe it went too far.
Yeah,
Hard
other
to
times
say.
it was probably over the line, but just
Yeah, but
yeah.
that fine line was it was always a good time, I would say. But I
Yeah.
think nowadays it's a lot more reserved. Like people are. People just kind of like respectfully watch, like kind of like it's golf, they're like something nice.
Yeah,
Like, oh, yeah, that was
right, yeah. I
They
mean,
do a little golf clap.
I was around then too, so I mean, I kind of get where you're coming from. Where it's like, to be clear, there's definitely some shit back then that we probably shouldn't have said.
No,
and
for sure.
I'm really cool that we just never had like a can't. Okay, yeah. The Hassel says new players couldn't handle Yay. No, they could not. For the record, no, they could
Yeah,
not.
it
handle
made
that.
people retire pretty quick.
Ye would have probably ended like 10 careers at this point.
Oh, for sure.
But it's just what I did like about that is that like it would be Jimmy's first tournament and old dude like playing winners round 2 and people would still be hyped for that. Right.
No, for sure.
So, and that's something I try to, in my tournaments, I try to like foster where it's like people you should cheer for shit, right?
Yeah.
But it's just like, yeah, I think that is something that has definitely changed in the time that I've been around, at least.
Yeah. So it's like definitely a different energy, but I mean, I think it's not necessarily better or worse. Like I still really enjoy going to tournaments and
Yeah, I do too. Of course. Yeah.
And I guess it's just it's kind of nice, like I don't know, you don't have that pressure behind you, like of
Yeah.
getting ripped apart while you're playing. I guess that's kind of a positive.
Yeah, Yeah.
hard to focus on the match when you're getting obliterated.
Yeah, there'd be times you playing like winners round 3 against some random person and 2 dudes would be screaming behind you and you're like,
Yeah.
oh my god, dude, I just
Oh man.
I just want to play, dude.
No, for sure, for sure.
Yeah.
I'd say that's the biggest difference. I guess outside of that, a lot of people have kind of like phased in and out of the community. Like I feel like most of old, old Melee is kind of gone nowadays, or at least very not inactive, but not around as much as they used to.
Dude, yeah.
But I know Chris is still around, which is great. Like I always love playing.
Hell yeah, I'm so happy.
I would like to shout out Chris actually, because he's like one of the people that got me into competitive Melee. He came to.
I didn't know that. That's actually cool as fuck.
He came to High Point when we were just first learning Melee. He came to like kicked all our asses for like probably like 3 hours.
I love that guy. That guy's also one of my Smash fathers. So
no, for sure. Like I gotta say, a big inspiration there for getting into Melee competitively. So no, it was definitely cool of him to do that. And I think PP came one time to High Point as well.
Wow.
I don't know if you.
Crazy.
Harrison, I know you know Tom's.
Right? Yes, I do. Oh my god, I love that guy, dude.
Yeah,
that guy's so cool.
He's basically my Smash rival in college, but he played Peach and we just like went back and forth. Kept improving, kept making each other mad, playing each other, and like, but no, it's definitely the homie. But yeah, he basically money matched PP. He said, "Hey, if you come to our college and money match me, I'll like money match you for $50," which is basically giving PP $50.
Give PP gas money, yeah. Yes.
But he actually came with Cam too, and that was a good time as well. Like Cam was a nasty Falco.
Dude, oh my god, you're taking me back. Dude, Cam was so sick.
He was another inspiration for sure. Like the way he used Nair with Falco, like I kind of like started doing that myself, probably to a fault. But I really like the late Nairs, like the really far down dipped Nairs. I just like how do you do that?
And then Cam's lasers were also ridiculous.
Yeah, the lasers, the way he used up B, like it just like looked like true combos.
Yeah, it was Cam was so sick, dude. I hope that guy plays again sometime. I know he's probably out there wandering the earth making art or something, but I hope he does do that sometime again. Oh yeah, dude, that shit is sick.
But no,
I do miss a lot of those dudes. I hope Tom's doing all right too. That guy's.
Oh no, he's doing good. I still talk to him.
Yeah. I know that's an old High Point player, dude. Definitely one of those people who's super cool. But this did I guess he doesn't play Melee much anymore. Am I right?
No, he doesn't. We play every now and then. Like
yeah, occasionally, right?
Oh, I guess this is going back to a question earlier, but I do play a game I play more with him nowadays is with Guilty Gear Strive. Like, yeah, that game's dope. I'm not good at it. He's better than I am by a large margin, but we really enjoy playing that.
Y'all are still being friends playing video games.
Yeah, exactly. Right? The casual competitive is still there for sure.
I got into Guilty Gear Strive like a couple weeks ago because of some people in the Boon Melee Discord. Probably J Gold, and that game is so much fun. But it is
so fun.
I'm not like a big fighting game person, so it's kind of like other than Melee, so it's kind of it's hard to like get used to, I guess.
No, I get it. Who do you play?
I started with Ramathal, but I recently like a week or two ago bought Bridget. But I'm also very bad at that game. I haven't been practicing all that much. I haven't played
any gear.
It's definitely an adjustment. Like it's pretty fast-paced 2D fighter, which is cool.
Mm-hmm.
But I think that's what kind of drew me to it from Melee. Even though like Melee's not similar in any capacity.
But it is fast-paced.
Keeps my brain
keeps the brain machine nice and fast, right? Yeah.
Exactly. But
so I wanted to go to the other small dog question. This is from P3P. And he said, what's the best thing to practice in the beginning of playing Melee? Like if you're just starting?
I guess the best thing to practice, and I think this is true like through all time, is literally just getting wave dashing and L canceling and getting your movement down is the best thing. Like once you have that down to a T, you can start working on the mind games and whatnot. But like, until then, it really is just better to focus on that because that's everything in Melee. And then once you have the movement and like tech skill to do what you want, then you can the world definitely opens up a lot more, and you can kind of do the things you actually want to in your head, but like you're unable to because you don't have the tech skill when you first start.
Yeah,
So I would say Uncle Punch is big help there.
Yeah.
You know, just kind of moving around, getting your L cancel percentage higher, getting your wave dashes on point. What is it? Kind of like you don't even have to know how to use them that well at first either. You just do it until
You
like
do it till you can do it without thinking about it.
Right?
Yeah,
Exactly. And then like you start doing it during matches, and eventually it starts to make more sense. You know, the more you do it in matches, you know, you start getting absolutely destroyed for doing it in dumb places. Like, all right, I'm gonna stop doing it there, and then it kind of just works itself out in terms of like those habits.
Yeah. No, I totally agree with that sentiment
Yeah,
too.
brilliant answer.
When people tell me, like, every once in a while I have people come to me and be like, hey, how do I get better? And I say, first of all, do you practice, right? That's the first question I ask them. And I say, if you practice anything, you need to practice getting your movement correct, because then that just opens the door to everything else. That opens the door to you getting good punishes, to edge guarding people correctly, to having like good neutral game. Like, it's just, yeah, I mean, movement is
It is everything, and yeah, totally true.
Yep. Yeah, no, you're preaching to the choir with me on that one.
I was about to say, I like preach the exact same thing pretty much.
Yeah, I just tell you to like. I would be so mean to be like, hey, like, until you have movement good enough, like, don't talk to me about like improving the game. You know, like, literally, just have movement, and then we can talk about the rest of the game, right?
I mean, unless you want to be like Borp or whatever and just refuse to use tech skill.
Yeah, you want to be
Actually, I do want to shout out my one buddy. It's like one of my childhood friends I've known for years and years. Like, we used to play Smash when we were kids, but he like doesn't play competitive Smash at all. But we'll still play doubles on unranked sometimes.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
And he plays Pikachu. He like will refuse to learn tech skill. Like, he doesn't even want to like think about it. But we still do pretty well. Like, he's like one of those players that's like pretty smart and like knows how to use the tools he has that don't take tech skill. Like Pikachu's down smash, up air, you know, forward smash. Like, he's really good at using the moves he does that don't really require tech skill. So but no, it's cool that he's willing to play competitive Melee even in like that kind of sense. Like, I'm here for it.
Yeah, he's at least willing to bridge the gap, right?
Yeah.
Give it a shot.
I mean, I guess sorry, go ahead.
I was gonna say he loves Melee in like the doubles sense, but
hell yeah. I guess when you like kind of like when you play for a while without having the tech skill, you kind of have to like figure out how to use those moves like to your advantage.
Yeah exactly.
I think there's like an interesting exercise there where it's like, you know, if you're trying to learn something, you don't use your movement or whatever to try and learn how to do that thing. I don't know if that makes any sense, but
maybe it's like, what is it? Using tools you normally wouldn't use, like by limiting yourself, you have to like think of new options.
Yeah, exactly. That's I guess what I'm trying to get.
It's like innovation by limitation, kind of.
Yeah, it's like when a Falco player like doesn't use lasers during a match or something.
Yeah, exactly.
You know, and then your aerial drift and your spacing gets better because you're not just lasering into people, right? You know, that's the idea behind that. At least the idea behind the exercise. Yeah, that's still super relevant though.
Sure.
I think that's a lot of that stuff is cool too. I wanted to. You saw the Grant question.
I did. Oh no, I didn't think about this at all. I don't know if I could even answer this. Like, I'm
gonna ask it because it's fucking funny.
All right,
but. You don't, and of course, you don't want to answer. You don't have to, Mark. But you know,
I'll really think about it, but I may not answer.
Okay, that's fine. So the Grant's question is meat. By the way, I know top players like that. He says, what is your NC Melee player fuck, marry, kill? This is a tough question. I don't blame you for deliberating.
I don't want to put myself or anyone else in any like kind of situation.
I mean, bro, look, we can nuke the bar, bro. Like, it ain't that big a deal. Like,
people will know.
I mean, we could edit that part out of the YouTube video.
I'll just use like my actual friends. That way, it's like not so bad.
No, that's fine. You do it that way.
Man, that works. You know, I have to marry Toms. I feel like
you gotta marry.
Yeah, you gotta marry Toms. You know.
You gotta marry Toms, bro.
We'd be like that. We'd be that bickering couple that just like.
I would have
constantly
said the
arguing.
same shit. No one other than me and you, like we don't know, but yeah. Tom's definitely the married type. Yeah.
See, fuck. Let's see. Good question. It's still like tough. I don't want to answer this.
I feel like do you kill Ed Rayburn?
Yeah, I guess I'd kill Rayburn. No, I can't even say that. No, I haven't talked to him in long enough to say that. No, it's been a while. He's been kind of doing his own thing. I can't say kill Rayburn. No, he's still
you can't kill the homie, right?
No, exactly. Yeah, I don't know. I think I'm just gonna leave it. I'm gonna marry Tom.
We're just gonna go off.
That's all you need.
Yeah,
That's all you
go
need.
off and like start a life together, and not worry about those other trivial things like.
There's other trivial things like fucking or killing. Exactly. We're just gonna be a happy couple in our own world, dude. No, that's actually. I'm happy that that's the only answer you gave. I'm gonna be honest. That's made it way fucking funnier, dude. Oh man. I'll pick your brain a little more too about like Melee and Arcadian stuff.
Yeah, sure.
Do you have a NES?
Yeah.
What's the deal with that? What's the deal with all that?
Yeah, how'd that happen?
I don't know. Like as a kid, I really enjoyed playing NES. Like I obviously again not good with them. I just I think I just like to hit people with the baseball bat and make the home run sound.
True.
But, later on, and like starting with PM, I started with Lucas because I saw Neon do like Lucas things, and I was like,
oh my god, you are old.
I was like, that's the coolest thing.
Oh my god.
I was like, that's the coolest thing I've ever seen in Smash. So I'm literally just gonna play that character and do those things.
Cool as fuck. Yeah.
I have like one brain cell. It's just like, oh, I see someone do a cool thing, and I'm gonna do that.
Yeah, the one brain cell only wants to do that. Man, I have not heard Neon's name in like 7 years. Holy shit.
There was like this set with like Calibral or something, some NES player, and then like versus Neon the Lucas, and it was like the craziest set ever. They were just going back and forth doing crazy magnet tech, like doing these insane like combos. I don't even think they were 0 to deaths, but just like crazy strings.
Just going nuts.
They were moving. Yeah, they were all over the place, and I was like, that is so cool. I'm gonna start doing that. I started with Lucas, and then I kind of branched out to NES because I was like, similar principle.
Yeah, and in PM,
Yeah, and at the time, like I had no mind games at all. So like the fact that Lucas's and Ness's down throw had the opposite way that you would have to DI it to get out of combos, I would like. That was my mix-up. Was like I would switch like I'd play someone with Lucas and I'd down throw because like that's a crazy combo starter if they DI it wrong. But if I would do that to start combos, and if they started getting the DI down, I would switch to Ness, which is the opposite way, and they would keep missing the. It's literally the dumbest thing ever, but it worked. And that's how I started with Ness, and getting good at the double jump canceling with Lucas really helped with getting it down with Ness. And then randomly, I thought I saw the yo-yo glitch, and I was like, "That's really cool. I want to learn that again." Back to one brain cell, and I learned how to do it. And then I just started kind of playing Ness, trying to fish for it a little bit. And then I kind of started realizing I really liked Ness in Melee. Like the way I thought double jump canceling and how his moves felt better in Melee than it did in PM.
Wow,
which is kind of weird, even though he's like so much worse in Melee.
Nah, because in PM, Ness and Lucas are pretty sick. Like they're fast, fluid characters.
They're definitely sick. And Melee Ness is oddly fast and fluid, but obviously way more limited in terms of
Ness,
in terms of hitboxes and frame data and whatnot. Way more limited, but still very fast paced. And you can do some insane stuff with him.
Yeah, you can
and
do
the way
really
Dare
cool
works, I liked a lot more. Yeah, for sure. He has some sauce.
I play a little Ness on Unranked sometimes. He's fun.
Hey, good. No, keep it up. Do it more, actually.
I find he's just kind of hard to kill with,
Yeah, I guess so. And the fact that he has a kill throw is kind of nice. Like very few characters have that, and that's a nice option for people at high percents. They want to hold shield and you back throw.
Yeah.
But no, that's kind of how I started with Melee Ness. I was like PM to yo-yo glitch, kind of cool, to starting to play him like competitively, and I just I think if Ness was a better character, I would probably main him over Fox just because I really like how he feels.
True.
But he's really bad, so I don't.
Yeah.
But I still play him more frequently than I should.
Going back to the Arcadian a little bit, this is another question from outside. It's from Swashmallow, and Duck also asked this in the Discord. Who are you most afraid of facing at the Arcadian?
So that would have definitely been Meat because we had been playing friendlies kind of up into the Arcadian, and he was like we went pretty even, but he definitely had the upper hand on me. Like he was just getting my goat pretty consistently. So I felt like if I had played him in bracket, it may have been very tough. Like definitely could have gone either way, but if he was on more on point, it was way more likely he was going to win. But I would say Meat was a big one. Uh, what is it? Badmouth I was worried about because he's really good at the Ditto, and I'm very hit or miss at the Ditto. Sometimes I feel like I'm pretty good at it. Other times I feel like I'm just like jumping around doing dumb stuff. Just kind of depends.
Mm-hmm.
Because Fox Ditto is just it's so all over the place. It's so hard to be
Yeah,
consistent in that matchup. It feels like a joke matchup sometimes.
it gets pretty crazy in that
But
matchup.
no, yeah, Badmouth, Meat, those were two big ones. I didn't even know Hassel was going to be there, but no, Hassel definitely would have been one I would have been worried about. Usually go pretty even when we play Fox Dittos.
True.
Uh,
And you ended up in grand finals versus Fatal, right?
yeah, yeah, I was crazy to see Fatal go so far. He was playing out of his mind.
Was that like a little bit like off your radar, maybe? Like you
Uh,
didn't expect it?
I I guess so. I didn't know. I didn't know for the most part like who was going to be there.
True.
Like outside of like a few names like on the Durham crew,
Mm-hmm.
but I had played Fatal before, and we usually have like really close matches. I played him at Melee as an art form that Beef Tip hosted,
True.
and no, we had a close set there too. So it was cool to play him again at the Arcadian,
Hell yeah.
and we had a good match, like very fast paced, very back and forth. I mean, it was last game in the
Mm-hmm.
but no, that I'm just like I'm pretty good against Falcon, I guess. Like I'm not amazing. I just think Fox is just really good in that matchup. So it's like kind of you can do Fox things and get away with things, and it's sometimes it can be hard for Falcon.
Yeah.
That's kind of how I play the Sheik matchup too. But
Yeah, that's
no,
true. Fox definitely just kind of runs over other characters sometimes.
true, very true. And then I play the Fox, so I'm like, wow, this character's stupid. How does anyone play against this character? But no, I guess those are the main names I would say. I'm sure there's others. I'm just like blanking on right now.
I got you. I got you.
But no, like pretty much anyone in the top 16 could have definitely won, just depending on who was like more on point that day.
Yeah, I mean, it was definitely a very stacked Arcadian.
Hmm. No, and I definitely like dodged Meat, which I'm sure that it would have been. I feel like it would have been a good set. I was playing pretty good that day, and like I didn't really have any nerves or anything, so I feel like I could have at least made it competitive for sure, and it would
Mm-hmm.
have probably been very close. But
That would have definitely been a great set to watch if it had happened.
yeah, we'll have our chance. We'll have the Murdock Meat Grands sometime in the future.
Speaking of the future, are there any events you're looking forward to going to, or you plan on going to in the future, around
Uh,
NC or super majors maybe, or majors, just any event I guess that you plan on
yeah,
going
no,
to?
I gotcha. I'm not like good at planning to go to events. It's usually like I'll look at the day before and be like, oh, I can go to that, and then I'll go to it.
Yeah.
And but in terms of big events, the only one I go to like somewhat regularly is SmashCon, which I think I've been to 3 times, but only once as like a competitor.
True.
And but that one, sometime I guess that one's already passed. So
Maybe
not
next year.
particularly like yeah, maybe next year. But in terms of like NC tournaments, the fact that there's more tournaments, I do want to start making it out to more. I would like to get like to at least try to get PR'd one time. I don't know how if I'll be either be able to or make it out to enough to get PR'd, but it's kind of like a goal that I feel
Mm-hmm.
like after playing this long, I should probably have higher goals, but it is what it is.
Yeah.
Yeah, if that's your goal, that's your goal.
Yeah,
Why not?
yeah. But no, I think I just have never outside of like one season where I was like close to being PR'd, but I guess didn't quite make the cut. Like I've just never gone to enough to get PR'd, but I feel like I guess what is it? It sounds a little conceited, but I feel like I could probably get PR'd at this point.
Oh, I mean, if you won 2 Arcadians,
Yeah,
I
I'm
think you got a
saying.
shit. Like,
But I'd probably be lower PR, but I feel like I could
nah,
probably get in.
you have a shot. Like, I mean, you also seem like, from what I've noticed about watching you play, like these times, it seems like you play well under pressure, or at least well enough. So it's
Well,
like,
that's the thing about the Arcadian is usually I am like not good at playing under pressure, but for some reason I was just under no pressure that day. I was so chill. I got like a good night of sleep. I got like a good breakfast, and I was vibing all day. I was like, I like was playing friendlies earlier in the day, like when I first got there, and it was like going pretty even with everyone I played. I was like, huh, wonder how I'm gonna do in the bracket, and then it ended up going really well for no reason. And I was like, okay, cool. I like it wasn't even like I just had no pressure or didn't feel the pressure at all, which for Arcadians is pretty huge because it's like all about the pressure to like I guess prove something.
Yeah. I mean, those two things, eating well and sleeping well, they can be pretty important to how you play on a given day.
Yeah, those are my reverse Johns, where that's why I played good. And yeah, had a chill drive over, just like had one of those days where I just like put on like my likes on Spotify and just let it shuffle, and it just happened to play like all like
All
my
the
favorite
best
songs.
songs.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. It's like, oh, nice.
That's great.
But no, it just happened to be a good day for me, like mentally and I guess uh, consistency or play
Hmm.
wise.
I gotcha. Let's see
Hey,
here.
hush.
What's up, Harry?
Sorry, the dogs have been griefing me the last couple of minutes. So,
You're good. You're good. Have you considered coming to Boone for a bibber?
oh, that's a big question.
Ooh.
Have you heard
When
about the bibbers? Let me
No,
answer
what
that
is
first.
what is a pip?
Battle in Battle in Blowing Rock.
Yeah, yeah.
No, it's just
I mean,
yeah, it's the Boone monthly tournament that we run every month.
gotcha. Now, I would love to make it out sometime. Going to locals in general is something I'd like to do more often. It's just weekends are so up in the air for me, but
I got
it's
you.
I would definitely love to come sometime. I feel like that'd be a blast.
Yeah, well, I mean, we'd love to have you for sure. Get to talk to all the
When does
small
it take
dogs.
place usually? Small dogs. I don't think you can call me a big dog when I've only just like won the Arcadian.
You're bigger than some of the other dogs in the region.
I'm like a medium-sized dog.
You're
I'm like
okay. Yeah, that's fine. That's fine.
I'm like
We'll
a
call
golden retriever or maybe maybe a
You're
beagle.
like a larger beagle.
A
Yeah, like a
larger
larger beagle.
beagle.
Yeah, like a big beagle. Like the biggest beagle you've ever seen, but it's like still not that big.
But it's still like 45 pounds, right?
Yeah. But no, that actually would be super cool. What date do they usually take place? Is it like the same kind of time every month?
It depends. So we run it at the Blowing Rock Clubhouse. And it just depends kind of like if what else is going on. Like so the way it works is like you have to reserve it in advance. And so like for instance, we usually have it on Saturday, but the last one and this upcoming one there's been other stuff going on that's made us like kind of prefer to do it on Sunday. Um, so it just depends. We usually try and do it in the middle of the month, so like 15, 16,
Mm.
17th, 18th, around that time. The upcoming one is on October 16th.
Gotcha. Okay. So that actually might be a good one for me to go to because what is it? My work schedule actually changes there, and I have a random 3-day weekend, so that might be possible.
Ooh. Well, that's I think it's like for at least for like college people, it's fall break, I think. For
Yeah, I think
most
it's near
colleges in
that
the
time.
state.
It's near that
Mm.
time.
It definitely is for app. And if this is any enticement, I think we have Isles confirmed is going and
Oh,
Tucker
nice.
as well.
Yeah, I
So there's
Tucker
good
was like a
competition.
no for sure. Like I've only gotten to play Isles once, but we had some really good matches. It was super fun. Definitely some of the
I
more
love playing
fun
Isles. She's so good.
Puff Box I've ever played. No, for sure. She's incredible. Her and
Uh,
Zasa are just like carrying the Puff mantle.
yeah. I also do want to shill. This is farther out of the way from you. I bet. Well, actually, it wouldn't be considering that's Blowing Rock. But um, me and Bups have like the whole like we have like the Western. It's me, Bups, and then my younger sibling. We all run like regionals in West North Carolina. So run Wispy Woods is the name of the tournament series. That's in Lake Norman State Park in Troutman, North Carolina, and that's got like It's just a couple weeks after Bibber, so it's like at the end of October, and it's October 29th. So if you ever, I'm going to keep hosting as many Wispy Woods as I can. If you ever think you want to go, then you're obviously more than welcome to come to Marsville and play at one of those too. So
I appreciate it, and I have some buddies that live over in Statesville, so I could use that as an excuse to go over and hang out with them too. So that
yes,
I'm sure I can find
time. And those are if you've never been, I don't know if you've ever been to Lake Norman State Park, Murdock.
I have not.
It's tight. It's a good park, and everyone who went to Wispy last time were like, I think they loved it.
I know I did.
Yeah,
it was good.
So Bups went too.
It was a little hot, but like I think coming up in October it'll be so nice.
Oh, it'll be awesome. I might buy firewood to burn in that fireplace.
That'd be crazy. Fireplace in the venue.
Oh,
yeah, that might. I won't make that a part of the tournament budget, but it will be for the atmosphere, you know. So.
that would be an incredible vibe for sure, especially like close to Halloween or whenever.
Yeah. The whole point.
Man.
Oh, and I guess I should say, Bups, you made the logo, not the logo, but like the
just
banner
like
for it.
Yeah, the banner.
Yeah, that shit was tight.
Okay.
So and it's Halloween mansion themed. So you know,
nice.
We go hard over here. So
that's great.
Yeah, we definitely go hard.
Yeah, because Bibber, the last Bibber almost had 40 people, and Wispy Woods had like 42 people.
Oh, that's great. Like for local attendance nowadays, that's amazing.
Yes, it's like I said, it's the West NC circuit, dude. We just run shit all the time. So
hell yeah.
Man, I wish we had more in Durham. I know things are starting to pop up, but like, yeah, and I don't even go to those, so I don't know why I'm complaining. Like we have more than we ever have had, and I'm complaining for no reason. No,
but I get why you're saying. You just want more. That's fine.
Yeah.
Did you go to Guam?
Do you
know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, I don't think I did. That was the one Zasa won, right? Or did
I think Zasa did win Guam?
Yeah,
I think so.
Gotcha.
I just know about it because we have Moose, who used to live like in the Raleigh-Durham area.
Yeah,
he moved up here for college, and that was like a tournament I think he put together.
Yeah, no, that was a huge tournament. I'm a big Moose fan, but unfortunately I wasn't able to make it for. I can't remember what exactly. Something came up with work. I think it was like the new job was starting.
Yeah, I gotcha.
But no, that tournament seems like it would have been a good time for sure. That was like the biggest local we had like since COVID, right? As far as I can tell.
In that area, I think so. Yeah.
Yeah, that was like it was that, and then there was Melee Mix Up like earlier October 2021. That was like Triad's big. That was Triad's big. What's it called? Coming back from COVID episodes. But yeah, for Raleigh Durham, yes, that was definitely your big tournament. Was that one in May? So.
Dude. And I missed it, but no.
Well, that's all right. You'll get up to more in the future.
Yeah, I definitely hope to. I gotta find the time.
Yeah.
Because I really did enjoy the Arcadian. Like before the arcade, like right before the Arcadian, I was kind of like in a headspace with Melee, like competitively. I was just kind of, I'll probably keep playing it, but I don't know how much I'm gonna keep competing and stuff. But then tournament was super fun. Like venue was nice. It was overall nice weather. Like it was a little chilly, but I kind of like it chilly. And
same.
But no, it was good to see all the NC Melee peeps again, and it was a really good time. I really ended up enjoying it.
Harry, I think you wrote this question down. I just want to ask you. Actually, no, we kind of went over that.
Well, yeah. We covered most of it.
Yeah, we've covered most of it. I guess I'll ask. Are there any shout-outs you'd like to make?
Yeah.
Before we close down the podcast for tonight.
Let's see. Chris for bringing the old NC Melee hype to the Arcadian.
Yeah, bro.
He was carrying the trash talk on his back, but it was like, or the general I guess energy on his energy atmosphere on his back, and that it was great having him there. And I got to talk to him between sets and get a little Falcon advice and stuff, so that was cool.
Hell yeah.
Outside of that, I don't know. You know what? I'm just gonna shout out Tom's for no reason. He's never gonna see this, but you know what?
But shout out to Tom's, bro.
Yeah, I mean we're married now. We got our own little cottage.
Dude, the Murdock X Tom's like love reality is I'm happy. This podcast now has a reason to exist, right? You know, we've done it all at this point, bro.
And so I guess no social media that you want to plug.
I mean, I guess my Twitter, I post Nest clips sometimes, but you know,
Okay.
if you're
Hell
into that, I
yeah,
guess.
bro, that's worth the time.
That's it. So Murdock SSB on Twitter. That's it.
Oh yeah, Murdock
I'm not much of a
SSBN.
I'm not much of a social media man, I guess. But
I'm not
no,
either.
if you're interested in Nest combos, and that's about it. Yeah,
follow
all that.
SSBM, dude.
All right. Well, thanks again for joining us tonight. It was really great to have you on.
Absolutely, I had a great time. Thank you for having me on as the big Arcadian winner. Sorry, two-time.
Thank you for talking to us again, Murdock. It was nice talking to you. It's been a long time.
I was hyped to hear you be on the podcast too. I was like, I'm talking to Harrison in a minute.
I appreciate you saying so, man.
For sure. But I got nothing else to plug. Anything you guys want to?
Yeah, you wanna round
Yeah,
us down, Bups?
you know, we gotta say, I already said it once, I'll say it again. Bibber 6 on the 16th.
Yep, and then
You can't miss it. If
no,
you're
but then
watching
Wispy Woods 2 is October 29th, and I plugged it last time because there will be a win through Wispy Woods. I just don't have a date for it yet, but as soon as I have the date for it, y'all will hear about it, and it'll probably be on the podcast. So.
Harry, are you running a Buster bracket for the second Wispy Woods, the one at the end of the month?
Yes, I am.
Okay, true. Yeah.
But I was gonna just do entrance day of in case it gets like super big and time is crunched. So
true.
That was my plan with that.
Yeah. Bibber 6 also will have a Buster bracket. So.
Oh, that's tight too.
Yeah, and doubles. So.
Big news, enormous news, actually. Bibber
Not that
doing
we haven't
everything.
been, saying this for the past
you haven't done
couple
that before,
weeks.
but Bibber 6 doing everything once again.
So here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna go to Bibber. I'm gonna go 0-2, and then I'm gonna go into the Buster bracket. And I'm gonna defend my Arcadian title one more time there.
I've got a feeling that you're not going to be in the Buster bracket, but if you are, then I hope you sweep it.
Absolutely.
That would be hilarious, but we might have to have a talk if something like that came
No,
up.
okay, that's fair.
All right,
Listen,
well,
I just want to win all the Arcadians I can.
Yeah. You got to go for the big three. The big
You gotta have like a Michael Jordan Arcadian run, dude.
I was saying in the Discord, now that I've won 2, I've broken the seal, so now I can enter any Arcadian I want.
Dude, that's so funny.
Yeah.
All right, Bubs.
Well, yeah. Thank you again for joining us. Thanks to all the viewers. We'll see you guys next Wednesday.
Yep. See y'all next Wednesday,
Oh,
everybody.
and if you have any suggestions for who we should get on,
yeah,
you can let me or Harry know.
Yeah,
and
please
we'll figure it out.
DM me questions if you want me to ask on the podcast or read them out.
Whoever we can get on for next week. But yeah.
Yeah.
See you guys. Bye.
All right, bye.
Bye.